Bob, is that better?
Good afternoon, Facebook and YouTube audiences. We're broadcasting live from, well, Gary and Bob are broadcasting live from the Barbecue to You restaurant in Gig Harbor, Washington, serving up Southern barbecue. Gary, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Good. Nice to see you. And hey, Bob, or Baseball Bob, I should say.
Yeah,
Nice to have
howdy.
you on our video today.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
let me introduce it. So, for all my Facebook fans and Instagram fans and all the faithful that are out there, I'm occasionally, not every time, but occasionally I'll bring in one of my buds that I hang out with here at the store, and I want to introduce to you Baseball Bob. Bob Ingram wrote a book called "The Genius That Saved Baseball." And we have him. We love having him here for our opening week of baseball because baseball is in the air. Hey, Bob. So go ahead and let's muck it up a little bit. Tell us about your book and any other pieces you want to say.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the show and also for having me in the restaurant. You help out an awful lot of us authors by giving us a corner of your restaurant to promote our books. And we try to bring our friends in to have this amazing Texas barbecue. But you asked me to talk about my book, so let me hold it up. It's The Genius Who Saved Baseball. Let's get in front of the camera there.
There we go.
And I wrote it actually 2 years ago. It was published, and it's sort of gotten some traction and legs of its own. And it's been amazing the number of people that I've met, and everybody's got a story. People stop here in the restaurant and they talk to me. And I had a gentleman that used to play with the Boston Red Sox organization, played center field next to Jim Rice. I've also met Harmon Killebrew's grandson through writing my book, which
Wow.
was pretty amazing for me because I grew up sort of idolizing him. And everybody's got a story. Everybody loves baseball. Baseball and barbecue go well together. There's summertime activities, and
Here we
uh,
go.
I just have a blast promoting my book. And my book is called The Genius Who Saved Baseball. And everybody says, "Who's the genius?" And I say, "It's not me. I'm the dummy that wrote the book."
I
Uh,
am. Here he is.
the genius is the 14-year-old boy in the story.
Wow.
And he has a theory that the overuse of analytics and computers in baseball has hurt the game. And he is in college already and tries to tell his statistics professor that's the case. Professor doesn't buy it, but the kid works on his theories. Meanwhile, there's a new team in Nashville, Tennessee in the story, and they get wind of this kid's theories and say, "Hey, kid, come tell us what you're thinking." And so the kid pitches the team to use his ideas, and they do. So in the story, they throw analytics and computers to the curb, and they go old school on the rest of the league. It's a fun story. There's some humor, some romance, some drama. I wanted it to be a book where you don't have to be a baseball freak to enjoy it, much like the movie Field of Dreams. You don't even like baseball, but you still like Field of Dreams. So I think I accomplished that.
That
And I'm
sounds.
just happy to meet people and tell them about it. And I'm very grateful to Gary Parker for letting us do it in a restaurant here.
So you're writing a follow up book to the primary book, right? We got
Yeah.
a new chapter to the story,
Well, I'm working on a sequel. I've been working on a sequel for about a year and a half.
right?
In the sequel, the 14-year-old boy is now a grown man, and he
Oh,
becomes commissioner of baseball. And
oh,
he
really?
really turns things upside down. He
And,
puts all
and
the
so
players on commission, production, pay for production, no guaranteed contract. So that's a
and so
fun
you
story.
so you use a
So,
lot of the personalities, right, of the store and people you meet here at the store to create the characters of your books, right?
oh, that's so funny, Gary. I did that to amuse myself. It turned out to be a blessing in disguise because my friends
Right,
love it. In the first book, I had 86 of my friends' names in the book.
right.
They were cab drivers, they were newspaper reporters, and so they kind of freak out in a good way when they get to page 337 and there's their name. And I
Right.
put them all in good light, so nobody sued me yet.
Well, cool.
It's a
All
lot of
right,
fun.
Bob. So anyway, it's been fun having you. We got a big agenda today, so we're going to start talking about Chow Now here in a minute, and we're
Well,
going to try
thank
to
you.
give we're going to try to give some people some insight on how to save a little money when they do orders with us.
Thank you for having me on. Thank you for all you do
Thanks, Bob.
for the authors and the community. We
Well, you're
appreciate
quite
it.
welcome,
You're
guys.
welcome. Good
Yeah.
to see you.
Okay, so we wanted to talk about Chow Now today, right?
Yeah, so I don't know how much the word Chow Now will mean to people, but I think saving money when they order from Barbecue to You will mean a lot to them. And Chow Now happens to be the point of sale application that Barbecue to You uses to receive orders.
Right.
So Gary, you want to explain more about what Chow Now is and maybe some suggestions for how people order from you and how to make it easier, but also
Absolutely.
save them money?
And this is real important to us, especially in today's age. I literally want to share a story. I was just at lunch and with a club that I'm a part to over in Tacoma, and this particular gentleman that I'm with was telling a story about DoorDash in Seattle, in the Seattle area. Now, I don't know if you guys realize it or not, Seattle passed an ordinance that now guaranteed a minimum wage for DoorDash drivers. That's not through the state, but that's inside Seattle. Their typical order, what was being shared with me, and so I'm taking it at face value here, but they shared with me that their order went up $30, right? Because of that ordinance. So now we've already got DoorDash charging a huge fee. All right, it's a huge fee. Let me spend some time on that. For those who don't know it and are watching this, the way that the DoorDash and the Ubers and the Grubhubs and this kind of stuff work is the first thing they do is when you place that order is they take 30% of the order or the cost of that order from the vendor, from the restaurant you're calling. So guys like me are paying 30%, in order to have their service, in the store, right? They then turn around and then they put another charge on top of it for you. And then they incentivize you, to be a member of something or something for a fee. And then they drop that. But really all they're doing when you sign up for that is now you're paying more money per order, right, than you did. The whole thing is a racket and a scam, but it is a necessary evil in the industry right now because so many people want to stay at home and just order their food in. It's horrible. Okay, it's a horrible story, and they're just passing all these expenses. When all these ordinances are written, they just pass those expenses on to you, and your food cost is going to go through the roof, right? So especially parents that have your kids up at UW, right, and that kind of stuff, and you're seeing those really large DoorDash bills. That's what's going on, right? Now let me get back to Chow Now. So what are we trying to do to help you guys out? Because you're ordering delivery for a reason, right? It's because you don't want to get out and you don't want to come into the store, right? You want it just dropped off to you. Chow Now is a fabulous tool for our web ordering. It offers the pickup service like you're probably used to, but it also has delivery that you can select. And I don't know if you want to click the button and go into it, we can point to those buttons real quick. There we go. So you can just either the red one or the one that Jennifer just pushed. So up here in the upper right-hand corner, right, you can see pickup or delivery. It'll default to pickup, but you can select delivery. Here's one of the really cool things about this delivery. Chow Now, this service that you're seeing, contracts with DoorDash for delivery. Okay, but it's at a flat fee because it's corporate to corporate contract. So you can go on my website, click on order now, select delivery, and you're going to get the same DoorDash driver that you had before that you were paying so much money for. Okay, and this is why Chow Now is such a popular order engine, for these webs, right? It's because we don't want our customers having to pay those exorbitant prices to get our products, right? We are trying our best to provide a method where you can still get your delivery and you can still do it for a reasonable fee. And so that's one of the first things I wanted to show you, and really the main reason why I like promoting. And when you want delivery, if you want an order, just go to Chow Now, of course. But if you want delivery, also go to Chow Now and hit that delivery button. Right?
So it's the same driver?
Same driver.
It's the same driver you would have gotten if you ordered from DoorDash, but you're getting through Chow Now. And is Chow Now charging money to the restaurant and also the end user as well? It's just a lower amount, or how does that work?
Because the way their contract works between each other, it's a flat fee. right? So everybody doesn't get charged that way. And then
So
the other
it's
part,
yeah.
the other part that's good about it, when you do delivery, right, or when you do an order, it will split the tip. So you can choose. You can choose to tip my guys, like you do with the pickup order, and you can choose to tip the driver if you want to do that. But when you do it at a regular DoorDash, then my guys that did all the work, to get your order ready, don't get to see any of the tip. When you go through Chow Now, they do, which is another attribute that we like a lot because it's fair for all everybody involved in getting the order to you.
Okay. So you just hit delivery, put your name, your address in there, choose what you want, build your order, and then pay all through Chow Now, which is found on the Barbecue to You website. And you go to the website. The first window that pops up is Chow Now. So you can click on that window that pops up, or you can go here and click order online. It'll open up the Chow Now. If you've never ordered with Chow Now ever, it's going to prompt you to register for Chow Now. And that's a one-time, pretty easy process. But you do have to register and get, to have access to Chow Now. And then from then on, you won't have to register. You'll just be able to come in here, hit pick up or delivery, and do your order. So really important, helps out Barbecue to You quite a bit. It also helps you because you're spending less money on fees. You'll find it much less expensive. And it also helps the local business of Barbecue to You. So thanks for letting us explain this.
Yeah,
Anything
I
else?
mean, I am very passionate. I am very passionate. I mean, I cannot tell you how I interface with the state and local governments, right, over this issue. It is my hot button, and how much DoorDash and Uber and Grubhub are taking from people who just simply want to make an order and have it delivered. I've appealed to the governor on this one, right? Because back when COVID was in place, he put a regulation for the whole state that uh, these services could only charge 15%, not the 30%, and
Mm-hmm.
it was wonderful. It was fair to all concerned, right? Because I do still believe they do a good service and they deserve to get paid, right? But I don't think they need to deserve to get paid what as much as they're asking right now.
Yeah, it's a very large percentage, and it seems unusual, an unusual percentage of the cost of the food you're ordering, the fees
Right.
impacts that. Plus, it's customary to tip a delivery driver as well. So
Yeah.
then you're, at the end, you're tipping them when maybe that should actually be the first thing you do. So I agree with you. It is an ornament. It's
Right.
not a normal sort of percentage. So for sure. So is there a app that you can tell people about that will also put their order through Chow Now? Is that related?
Absolutely. The other thing that Chow Now does for us, it creates the Android and the Apple apps for our stores. So you're not limited to just just the computer. You can. It's the same thing. You get your app. It's if you've already created an account, you just type it in. It remembers you, and it's like any other app that you download off your service, right? It'll keep you logged in, and every now and again it'll ask you to verify that it's you. But yeah, that's the other really cool service for a flat fee that we pay them. We also get all the support from Apple and Android apps that are out there in the community as well.
So they need to go to the App Store and they need to search for Chow Now, download the app, and use
No,
it
just
to
look for
order.
barbecue to you. Just
Sorry. Okay, let me fix
yeah,
that.
just look for barbecue to you and put our little logo on your screen, and you got it.
Okay, important detail. All right. So what else can you tell us about saving money by using Chow Now? Anything else?
No, like I said, that's my big message because it's getting harder. I heard that story. Excuse me. I heard that story or what the people in Seattle are going through, and I just think it's atrocious. Right? I already think this is that the whole delivery business is a bit unregulated, and it needs to be, to say it politely. And so if there's anything that we here at Barbecue that you can do to try to keep your food costs down, we're going to try to do it. Right. That's really what the message here is, and I wanted to explain to you how to get that service to work so that you can take advantage of it.
Yeah. So small business owner to small business owner, I agree. I mean, anything you can do to help your margins and help you stay profitable and a healthy business. Is, I know everybody wants to continue to eat Gary's great barbecue, and that you can imagine the cost of what he services or what he serves is pretty high. I mean, serving meat is a high cost
It's
item.
a very high cost restaurant.
Yep. So we're always doing everything we can to keep prices down, and this is something you could do to. It's kind of like when you use your Visa and it hits them with fees. It's similar. If you use the Chow Now app, you're going to avoid a fee that he has to hit. It's a pretty hard hit. So we appreciate everything you can do to help us with this, and to use the Chow Now app on your phone, or go to the Texas Barbecue 2 site and order online. And use the access online on the website. So I don't see any questions coming in. Oh, I do. We do have some.
Awesome.
I can hear you. Oh no, it was Bob. It was Baseball Bob. So
Baseball Bob.
Yeah. All right.
Baseball Bob's a great guy.
He is a good guy. He's in there all the time. I forgot to ask him though before he signed off. How often is he in there? Is he in there once a month?
He sets up. We have a person that schedules the entire year, and he's on rotation. And so, yeah, he's. We always ask for him to do his first appearance here the first week of baseball, because his book's about baseball.
Okay.
For sure, I will have him at the end of October when the World Series is on. Right. And in between there, it just depends on where he was at in the rotation. Right. So when we do this every month, for example, right now, Baseball Bob is here today. Potentially his wife, who is also an author, will be here next week. That'll be followed by Dennis Quinn. And then I have an opening, and then I have E.C. Murray back. And that rounds out April.
So the authors cycle through the lobby still.
Yeah.
And Bob is one
Everybody
of them.
gets a week.
Yeah.
Right? Here's a trivia question. We have 30 authors in our crew now. And the third Thursday of every month, you may catch us in here, and we're having our little powwow and getting together and talking about what's next, and and we're going to have them out or actually Larry, that you'll meet next week. He's got an entire, instead of just having a tent like most people would, he's got an entire area in this year's art festival. So he'll have multiple. And we like to call them the red tents, because he always buys red tops instead of the white tops. But he'll have almost all 30 authors out there this year, I believe.
Oh my goodness! Wow, it's grown to be quite a crowd, and I know they all really appreciate you and allowing them to be in your store and sell their wares. It's a huge boost.
Yeah, last week was a hoot as well. We had Mary Gaffey in here, and she's Irish. And so she did a book signing on Saturday, and she had a band and everything in here. It was an absolute hoot, right?
That's fun. How fun. Yeah, promoting her book. Yep. So we always spend a little bit of time at the end here talking about philanthropy. And I know you had said that Baseball Bob is there. Is that this week, all week till Saturday? Is that right?
All week till Saturday, sometime Sunday, right, if they decide to want to come in.
Okay. And then you have Deborah's paint class, bingo, the senior movie, which is coming up, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Can they pick up a voucher today?
Let me back up. Not Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, just Wonka. That's the new remake of Willy Wonka.
Oh,
and we watched it.
Stand corrected.
Yeah, me and Miss Parker watched it the other day, and that is a really endearing movie. So we had a good time, and I think the seniors will really like that this month. All
right. Well, I corrected it. And so if I came in today as a senior, would I get a voucher today, or am I waiting, or what?
Or actually, it'll probably come out. Let's see, what's the date? It'll probably come out next Tuesday, because usually I break them loose, a couple of weeks in front of the last Friday of the month, which is when the movie is.
Okay.
Right. So, but and what's special about 2C is that's when the bingo players come in, and they're a big part of the audience there. So, excuse me. So yeah, I usually have the vouchers ready sometime that Tuesday, and then they go fast. By the way, we may have to try to figure out how to get a bigger theater, because we're pretty much at capacity every month on the senior movie now.
Yeah, that's a super fun thing that Gary does for the senior community, amongst other things that we're going to be sharing about in the future. But he has a heart for the seniors in our community being busy and involved and engaged, and being able to see a movie together. Is it monthly? It is monthly, isn't it?
Monthly.
Yeah.
Monthly.
Yeah, it means a lot to him. So, all right. Well, is there anything else going on with philanthropy? What's the school right now? What's the receipt school?
You know what? I apologize to you. I didn't walk out there before the meeting and go look at it. But I really don't want to care to guess because I'll tell you wrong.
Right. But there is a school that you can donate receipts to, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll go pretty solid on that all the way through next month. Usually around the end of May, we quit doing the schools because they're all getting ready to get out of school and the fundraising is over for the year and the auctions and stuff like that. So then we'll do probably a short stint with the social clubs. So a lot of times that's when Kiwanis or Rotary or somebody will come in and have a thing going on. And then we'll probably go silent on the counter stuff until September when school comes back. It's just, once everybody gets out in summer party mode, there's not a lot of need to fundraise at that point.
Yeah. Okay.
One thing I do want to point out, something that's kind of a sleeper that people really like, and I wanted to cover it for a second, is Deborah's paint class, right? This is a hoot. For those of you who understand the store, we pulled the 3 tables together that are in front of the TVs, and she comes in with the easel, with the brushes, with the paint, everything. And she's such an excellent teacher. So you don't have to know anything about painting. She will show you the techniques just like you see on the people on TV. And a lot of times they'll get over there and they'll have a little bottle of wine with it. And they get to talking and giggling and having a good time. And it is just a special event. And so when you come to the store and you walk you walk to the left of the store, and as you're going up to the counter, you will see a picture of what Deborah's going to do on her next one, right? And so you have plenty of opportunity, and her contact information is there. And so I highly encourage it. Even if you've never painted before, you always wanted to, this would be the type of thing that you would sign up for so you could do it because it was so much fun. And they sit over there and they just cut up for 4 hours, right? As they sit there and do stuff, right?
Nice. Sounds like a great thing to get involved in. How many people are in the class?
She can usually have 15 or 16, mm-hmm. and then she'll cut it off. That's about as many as because she does personal attention to every student, and so she's constantly walking around the table, and that's about as many as she can she can manage in a sitting, right?
Yeah, what a great thing. All right, well, thanks, Gary. It's always good to see you and get the update, and I hope things are going well there at the store. We'll be talking to you again next month. And next month, we're going to have Larry Fowler, who's another one of the authors of that 30 Gary was mentioning, is going to be talking about his new book and what's happening with him in the author world. He's a pretty engaged literary guy, boy. He drives he helps a lot of other authors and writers, is what my impression of Larry is. He's about his book, but he's also really about encouraging others to write and stay engaged with their dream of being an author. So
very cool.
With that, we'll close. And thanks, Gary. We'll talk to you next month, and you and Larry.
See you next time. Eat more barbecue.
Bye.